Ended the week here in our spiders at 566.76. That's ticker symbol SPY. That's the ETF of your whole market here, S&P 500. And you can see that that close where we closed up here, 566.76, kind of put us in the middle of this 577 and this 550 range here. That's going to be our major supports and resistances in here going forward. And we kind of closed in between there. So if we go deeper here on the daily chart, you can see that the 568s going to be a little bit of problem for us. That's kind of basically where our high was in here on the day. And that was also the high back in here. Basically in April and late March, that 568 was trouble. But really, what we care more about above those 568s is going to be this 200 SMA and the 577, 578s in here. So whichever one does come first, that's going to be basically our area in here where we're going to say, okay, we're kind of over exhausting ourselves in here. And you can see on the daily chart, 9 straight days of gains. Obviously, something has to give. We're kind of due for a little bit of a pullback in here. So if we do get above, depending on if we gap up or down, that's going to be as far as Monday's trading session. Depending on how far we're gapping up or down, once we get close to this 200 SMA, then we're going to be looking for a little bit of a pullback in here. 560 is going to be a nice big psychological number for us in here as far as a support. But then below that, it is going to be that major player of the 550s. It's basically, if you look at your 9-day EMA in here on the daily chart, that's kind of where it all is too. So 550 is going to be a big support. 560, you're going to have a little bit of footing in there. But really, the 200 SMA, that is going to be a problem for us here on the daily. And then above that, we're looking at that 577 and that 578 range. If we go to the weekly chart, or I'm sorry, the 30-minute chart here, you can kind of see what happened today. Just a nice pump in here, holding that 9-day EMA all the way up into close. And then even after market, as we went into the weekend, we were kind of wrapped around that 9-day EMA. So just a strong trend up in here, although they did try to pull it back here for a little bit right at the end of the day, but it still held that 9-day EMA. So we're going to see what happens in here on Monday's trading session. If we do, again, get close up here to this 200 SMA, look for a little bit of a pullback, but I'm not sure it's going to be that big of a pullback just yet. And then on the weekly chart, you can see that we're basically trading right in between those major supports and resistances, like we mentioned in the past, 577, 578, and that 560 range in here. So we're kind of right in the middle. You can see the last time we were here, we're only here for about 3 weeks before we kind of broke down. And if you go all the way back into, what was this, September of last year, August of last year, you can see that this was a nice channel for us that we're kind of trading in for a month or so in here. So that is going to be a something that we're going to see. Are we going to trade in here for a little while, or are we only going to do what we did back in here in March, trade inside this channel for about 3 weeks and then go up or down either way? That's going to be the question. But again, 577, 578, 550. Watch out for your 560s as well for an immediate support in here if we get a pullback off of that 200 SMA on the daily chart. All right, guys, if you like this video, make sure to check us out on all of our social media. We also have a Discord service if you're interested, and you can find all of our socials in the description below.